May you find happiness and peace, and may your home stand the test of time.
Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Mary. Today I'll be reacting to Is There a Difference Between Women and Men? Ted Cruz, Human Rights Campaign President. Without further ado, let's get started.
Cruz. Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Title IX was a landmark civil rights law. It helped create the incredible breadth of women's sports and girls' sports that we see across the country. I believe in girls' sports. I believe in women's sports. I'm the proud father of two daughters who are both athletes. I think participating in competitive sports is a wonderful thing for a young girl. I think it is a wonderful thing for a woman. And I think, unfortunately, today's Democrat Party has decided that women's sports and girls' sports no longer matters, and they're willing to push radical legislation designed to destroy girls' sports and women's sports. Ms. Gaines, I want to thank you for your courage. You are relatively young, but you have demonstrated incredible courage. And because you have dared to speak up, you have been demonized, you have been vilified. I saw when you were attacked by a leftist mob at San Francisco State University for daring to speak up. You had an incredible record as a swimmer at the University of Kentucky. You were a two-time NCAA All-American. You were a five-time SEC champion. You're an SEC record holder and a two-time Olympic trial qualifier. But yet on March 27th, 2022, something changed. What happened on March 17th, 2022?
That's when Thomas and I raced in the 200 freestyle and again resulted in a tie.
And so you tied. What was the consequence of tying?
We went behind the awards podium where typically you're handed your trophy, you're marched out, you're named an All-American. And so we go back there and the official looks at both Thomas and myself and says, "Great job, but you guys tied. And we only have one trophy. Therefore, we're giving this trophy to Leah." And I question this, and I say, why? And at first, I shortened it in my testimony, but really he stumbled on his words. He didn't know how to answer this. And at first, he's, well, we're just doing this in chronological order. To which I further pressed, and I said, okay, well, what are you being chronological about? Because we tied. And if we're doing this off alphabetical order, G comes before T, so what are you being chronological about? To which this wasn't a script they had prepared for him. And he actually appreciated his honesty. He did say, we have to give the trophy for Leah because Leah has to have it for pictures. They've made that clear. Leah has to have the trophy for pictures. You can pose with this trophy, but you have to give yours back. You have to go home empty-handed. Leah Thomas takes the trophy home, end of story.
Now let me ask you, as someone who's competed at the elite level, in your experience, is there a difference between women and men?
Of course. I think we learned this at a very young age, watching even 12 and unders play. Going through puberty causes irreversible advantage, that no matter the training, no matter the diet, no matter any alterable change you can make, will overcome that male advantage. Especially in sports like swimming, where lung capacity matters so much. Even something as silly as throat size, men have on average a 40% larger throat, which sounds like it's nothing, but when you're grasping for air, that 40% larger throat makes a huge difference in athletic success, not to mention height. You guys know the differences.
Ms. Robinson, do you agree with Ms. Gaines that there's a difference between women and men?
If the question is about trans women...
I'm just asking, is there a difference between women and men?
I mean, what I can say here is that the NCAA has rules in place. They've had rules in place for the last decade, and when this competition happened,
I'm going to try again.
The rules were clear.
Do you believe there's a difference between women and men? It's a yes-no question. Do you believe there's a difference?
Oh, I think that we're talking about this case with the NCAA.
No, I'm asking a question. Do you believe there's a difference between women and men? Most people could answer this very simply. I'm curious if you're willing to do so.
Oh, absolutely. I'm just putting it into the context of the conversation that we're having. I think that there are definitions related to sex.
Is that a yes? So I'm trying to get a yes or no. I'm not trying to get a speech. Is there a difference between women and men?
I think that there are definitions for biological sex.
Okay, so you're not answering that. Let me ask you this question then. Why do women's sports exist? If you can't define a difference between women and men, why not abolish women's sports and just tell little girls to swim with little boys and see who wins?
Oh, I'm simply saying that that sex is
My
different
question,
than gender.
why
and I do
do-
believe
why
that
do
women's sports have a
sports
great
exist?
value. I mean, Senator, I'll tell you right
Ms.
now.
Robinson, please answer the question I'm asking you.
Absolutely.
Why do women's sports exist?
I think that there are so many positive benefits to sports.
But
I mean,
why have a
we've talked
separate
about it here
category for
today.
women? If there's no difference between women and men, why to have women's sports?
I'm saying that there's a difference between sex and gender, and that the NCAA has rules in place, which they have for the last decade.
Mr. Chairman,
which
I
determine
would
that
like to enter into
related
the
to
record an
participation.
article from Duke Law called Comparing Athletic Performances for the Best Elite Women to Boys and Men. And it goes through examining in 2017 the top records for women in the world in various track and field events. So, for example, in the 100-meter, the top record for women in the world was 10.71 seconds. Now, that record for the number one woman in the world in 2017 was, in the year 2017, broken by 124 boys under 18. In that same year, the record for the number one competing woman in the 100-meter dash in the world was broken by a total of 2,474 men. If the radical Democrat agenda to destroy girls' sports and women's sports succeeds, little girls will not have a chance to compete. So I ask unanimous consent that this article be entered into the record.
Without objection. Senator Padilla?
Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Wow. Well, I feel I know there is a difference between women and men because, well, we are stronger. That is it. No matter how we try to polish it, we are definitely stronger than a whole lot of ladies. Well, I know some ladies are, biologically stronger than some men, but, if we are to put it into, record or statistics or, we men are way stronger. So there are so many things we can endure and take it as part of us that we won't even let our children, female children or our wife pass through those things because we know how difficult it is for us. So I feel, yeah, there's a big difference between a male gender and a female gender, and we are both built differently. So if we are to do a sport that will bring these two genders together, I think the men will definitely stand out. You see, based on what he said he made mention of race, records set by women that was broken by so many men. And also other sports apart from, race, if it's javelin, if it's, long tennis, whatever it is, men will come out, victorious because that we are built, with that strength, with that, let me just say strength. But that does not mean women are, weak or whatever. So I've seen stronger women. I've actually run with a lady and, she won the race. Even if, yes, I know, I can run, but when I ran with her, I felt like, yes, there's a difference. She was built differently. So, like I said before, there are women that have that, capacity, that endurance, to do things, that difficult tasks that men do, and they do it effortlessly. But based on the statistics, men are way stronger because I've seen a whole lot of men set record that women have not been able to break. I was watching this video of this said Nigerian lady that started this, is it cook a tour or so? She cooked for 120 hours. I was like, I can't do that because I can't function well the next day if I don't sleep. So for me to see a lady that cooked for almost 4 days straight without sleeping, it shows their dedication. It shows what they are capable of doing because I don't think men can go to that height. So we trying to compare women to men, and I know when it comes to the award that the lady was supposed to receive and they gave it to the men, it's not fair. To me, I feel it's not fair because we both did the same thing. We both, had the same score. So why then would you give the award to him simply because he's a man or simply because you feel like he will be good for the picture? The thing is, it's an award. You can definitely get another one. Or you can call it a tie and they will both take the award together. And at the end of the day, you can get another award for the lady or get another award for the guy. And there's a saying, ladies first. So at least the guy will understand if you give it to the lady, unlike the lady, you see, because we are men, we tend to understand when ladies are being treated, above us. But, when it's the other way around, ladies might not get the point. So if you feel for peace to reign, you give it to the lady, then later you give another one to the guy. I think we would have not been having this conversation right here because, well, the thing is, they both did the same thing and they both came out, with the same score, they drew. So let it be equal. Share it within them. Don't just cause confusion and make the lady feel like simply because he's a guy, he stand, he has an upper hand. Because for she to be able to sustain her breath, and, come out victorious, and come out the same, and have the same record with the guy, or compete with the guy and they drew, it shows that she's good in her field. So don't just make her feel bad simply because you feel the guy will be better with the award or something. To me, I won't be happy. If it's my child, I won't be happy. If it's my sister, I won't be happy because I feel we have the upper hand as a guy. We can endure so many things. So if you see a lady that is striving and willing to do something that we are doing and she's able to compete with us and come out victorious, let's just encourage them. Because I've seen NBA, ladies NBA and men NBA. I've seen the turnouts, and I've seen so many other sports. I've seen the turnout from ladies. So if you have a lady that is determined to do certain things or to compete with a guy and she come out victorious, don't kill that vibe, don't kill that fire. Encourage them, because I think that is what will make them come out into the spotlight more. Well, let me know what you think in the comment section. If this is your first time visiting the channel, click on the subscribe button. Thanks for watching, and remember this.